recording? Okay. Hey guys, it's Phantom, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new, to the Ask Phantom podcast episode. What episode is this? Hold on. It's been a while. Okay, I apologize. It's been a while since I filmed a podcast episode. I've been really busy. I've basically been filming for my other channel. Sorry, I'm tired today. I basically wake up at 3 a.m. I've been waking up at 3 a.m. every morning, and I'm kind of tired. I mean, I don't feel tired or look tired, but I am pretty tired. Um, so let me just see what episode. Oh, episode 22. So we're on the 22nd episode. Oh my gosh. So, hold on. In this episode, I mean, we're still talking about online school, obviously, but, I kinda lost track of what school I was gonna talk about. So, I was gonna talk about K-12, but I kind of already talked about it. Um, I was gonna talk about K-12, um, but I'm pretty sure I already talked about K-12, so today we're going to be looking at the Fusion Global Academy and learning about it. So, if you guys need a little bit of a background, like, if you're new to the podcast, if this is your first time watching or listening, hello. My name is Phantom. I'm a YouTuber and podcast host of the Ask Phantom podcast. I have a channel by the same name. So, if you guys are wondering why we're doing these segments, okay. If you guys are wondering why we're doing these segments, I am a advocate for, I guess you'd say I'm an advocate for, like, different learning styles because everyone learns differently, and sometimes people don't learn very well in a classroom setting. I know I struggled in a classroom set, or I am so sorry. I've been talking so much today. Excuse my stuttering. Um, so not a lot of people, if you're wondering why I'm doing these online school podcast episodes, I'm an advocate for different ways to I'm an advocate for different ways of learning, and some people don't always learn very well in a classroom setting. So I just want people to know that there are different alternatives than just brick and mortar school. Like, flexible online school if you're busy, if you travel a lot, if you do sports, like for example, I know people, I've heard of people being figure skaters and having to travel or cheerleaders, like competitive cheerleaders, um or people that are heavily into athletics, or they might not work very well in a classroom setting. So I just I just want to preach that there's different ways to learn, and not everyone learns the same way. So, yeah. So today we're going to be talking about Fusion Global Academy. Uh, Also, I'm no longer a student. I've graduated already, but I'm just doing this to help. I'm just doing this to help others, have an open mind, especially now because of these times and the fact that a lot of people are hesitant. A lot of people right now are very hesitant because of what's going on of, returning to school in person. So I just want to show that there are other ways to learn, and for some people they work well alone. They work well alone, away from distractions. I get distracted so easily, so online school was perfect for me. Um, I I had a hard senior year, so online school worked out. So basically, it says, "Welcome to a revolutionary way to learn. Discover how our live one-to-one online teaching puts your student at the center of academic excellence." Um, so this is a private online school, by the way, if you're wondering. I also didn't have a good experience with private school, but it was probably because it was just, I don't know, the school or how I learned. It depends. Not everyone has a good experience with not online school, with private school, but I think it just depends on the school. So let's watch this video. I wonder what this person has to say in the video.
While the world around us changes by the second, traditional education has remained, well, traditional. But the old school model doesn't work for every.
Yeah. So basically, what this is saying is traditional school doesn't work for everybody, like, being in a classroom. Basically, what traditional school is, what they're referring to is being in a classroom setting. I know it, I know for me, from my experience, um, being in a classroom for me wasn't always the best experience because I would get so overwhelmed. Okay, I've dealt with extreme types of stress. And being stressed is not a good feeling at all. Especially the type of stress that I was under, wasn't a very good experience for me. It made, like, school was very difficult for me. I struggled a lot in my senior year. I wouldn't have passed my classes if I didn't move to online temporarily. Um like, I mean, I don't know. I just work better alone, I guess.
Student, welcome to Fusion Global Academy, a revolutionary way to school online. So if x equals y, then x must be 4. Nice. Let's work through the next one together. Fusion Global is a fully accredited online school for grades 6 through 12.
So, okay. Um it's 6th through 12th grade, so middle school and high school. Uh so yeah, middle school and high school. And then there's other there's other schools for, like, or if you're planning on doing, like, K through 5th, I'm sure there's other schools for, like, for elementary, but this is basically for middle school and high school. For middle school and high school aged students. Good thing it said that. I thought it would be like K through K through 12. Or I was assuming it would say K through 12, but good thing it said that. so I would catch myself.
Unique one-to-one teaching method puts students at the center of their own education. Every lesson is a live session between one student and a teacher, with different teachers for each subject. Focus better in the morning.
So it's one-to-one, and that's a really good thing because not a lot of people learn very well when there's a bunch of other students around because, you'd get distracted or you'd feel stressed and you wouldn't be able to focus or things like that. I mean, I know I'd get very overwhelmed when I was in school because like there were times that I had things due like I had things due at a certain time and sometimes they'd be later. So, sometimes it would be late and I don't know. It was just a tough time. You know how people can be with deadlines. Not everyone works very well under pressure. I know I didn't. I would get very stressed very easily and overwhelmed, and just it was just hard. So, it's good that it's like a one-on-one experience.
Have an unpredictable schedule? Want
Right.
to get ahead during the off-season?
Mhm.
With open enrollment and flexible scheduling, Fusion Global was made to fit into your life, not the other way around. Learn at home, on the road, or from across the globe.
Yeah, you can basically learn from anywhere.
Students receive a top-tier education no matter where they live. By tailoring learning to their world, students report major improvements in performance, connection, and confidence, and they gain the skills needed to achieve.
I mean, not everyone likes online school, or not everyone thinks online school is a good thing because they're like, how will you make friends, make connections with people, and you know, like have a social life in school? And it's like you just have to make the effort. So, not a lot of people understand. Um, okay, as I said, I'm an online school advocate. I advocate for online school because there's other ways to learn than just sitting in a classroom. Um, so not a lot of people get that um, when it comes to being sociable with people, you have to make the effort. Okay, like people have to make the effort and you have to make effort or it won't work. Um but I mean you can make friends. You can make friends in online school. I don't really like the misconception about online school that, you won't be able to make friends or you can't make friends um if you do online school. You can make friends. You just seriously have to make an effort to do so. Um so yeah, I mean, you can make friends. Even though a lot of online schools are one on one or it's just you by yourself most of the time, you have to make an effort. You have to make an effort to make new friends, and you have to make an effort to keep the old friend. And then you have to make an effort to keep old friends or current friends as well. Um, I've lost friends. I've gained friends. It's a part of life. You lose friends and you make new friends, or if you're lucky, you keep the friends that you or you keep like longtime friends.
but keeping a friendship can be very hard sometimes. I've had some really long friendships. Like I've had really long friendships. Like for example, ways to meet people could be, um, I guess ways to meet people would be, I don't know, youth groups or like, you know, youth groups, study groups, or sports, or if you're, or like, music or something like that, or I guess theater. Well, some people, theater, I know that's how I made friends. Um, I made a lot of friends through theater, through school, but I'm I'm not really I wouldn't call myself an antisocial person. Um I kind of feel a little bit antisocial, but it's kind of hard for me to make friends anyways. Um it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really bother me that I'm antisocial. I mean, well, I don't think I'm antisocial. I guess I just have a hard way or a hard time making friends sometimes or meeting people, or I just feel kind of awkward talking to people, or I just kind of feel awkward um, taking that first step to introduce myself to people. Um, like when I was in school, I just felt so awkward when I was introducing myself to people. I'm very talkative once people get to know me, but I feel kind of, I don't know, I feel kind of in the middle, I guess. But you can have a social life and do online school.
Their dreams. In fact, Fusion graduates have been accepted at over 200 different colleges worldwide. Fusion Global offers many opportunities to connect with other students, including
Yeah.
a virtual home.
Yeah, you can connect with other students, you can make friends, you just have to make the effort.
Homework cafe, online clubs, local field trips, and meetups. And our
Yeah,
personalized
they have meetups, field trips, a bunch of different things. But as I said, you have to make the effort. You have to make the effort to make friends and keep friends.
approach creates a positive space for learning. Here, it's you and the teacher. There's no more distractions. It's just you, which is amazing. Fusion Global's proven
Not not a lot of people learn well if they get distracted easily. Um, I feel like I would get distracted so much. So, like working alone, working alone was best for me, I guess.
one-to-one approach is changing the way students learn. Welcome to a revolutionary way to school online. Let's get your future started. Hi, Nicole. Ready to dive into some chemistry? Let's go! Fusion Global Academy, a revolutionary way to school online.
So that was one video. I wonder if they have any YouTube videos. I'll actually look it up and see. Hold on. I'll actually look up and see if they have any, like if they have a YouTube channel or something. Fusion Global Academy. So I'm pretty sure they do. Oh yeah, they do. Okay. Um.
So they do have a YouTube channel. I usually always check if they have um like if they have um like if the schools I cover have YouTube channels because I want to learn more about it. So, let's see. Fusion Global Academy. Let's check out the channel, shall we? They don't have many videos or subscribers, but um okay, let's just continue on with reading, I guess, before we watch any videos. Okay, so yeah, let's continue on with reading because I usually read up a lot on these schools, just for research. Uh, One student, one teacher with a personalized approach to learning. Our teachers build on student strengths and sorry, I've been talking all day today. So if I jumble up my words, I'm sorry. Um, so continuing on, one student, one teacher with a personalized approach to learning. Excuse me. Our teachers build on student strengths, interests, and learning styles to help them excel. Our approach is what sets us apart. Love with a deep understanding of each student's unique learning style. Yeah, everyone learns differently, so maybe one style of teaching doesn't work for every student. So yeah, it depends. Like it honestly depends on the student, really. With a deep understanding of each student's unique learning style, we cultivate a genuine, caring relationship where the experience of learning is activated. Motivate. Our personalized learning experience provides students with a comfortable environment that promotes academic, social, and emotional growth. Teach. With our tailored approach to learning, we adapt to each student's needs and meet them where they are to help them achieve academic growth. We prepare our students for the brightest futures. You know what? Let's check out how it works. The online school that makes learning personal. Or should we do or should we click on student experience because I want to learn about like, what I want to learn about what the students have to say. Um Finding the perfect balance. We believe the best education balances academic excellence with an active social life. Our schedules are built around yours. So this is an example. 7 a.m. tennis practice, 11 a.m. lunch, and 12 p.m. English. Um, to be honest, when I was in school, we had the quickest lunches. Um, we didn't really have a very long lunch when I was in school. To be honest, we had, I don't know, like a 20-minute. I can't remember what the schedule was like. I just know that, like, for certain grades, when I was in high school, for example, we had, we had, if you were like a freshman and sophomore, we had, or you had a fourth period lunch, um, and then as a junior and senior, we got more of a normal lunch time, I guess, which was, I don't know, 11 to around 12 something. I don't know, honestly. And then, or I can't remember. It's been almost a year since or honestly, the last time I was in a classroom was in 2020 before lockdown. Um, so yeah. And when I did virtual, we didn't really have much of a schedule. We just kind of worked on whatever class we wanted to work on first that day, and then we ended whenever. Um, so individuality, one-to-one teacher interaction puts every student at the center of learning. That's good because not everyone learns well when they're easily distracted, or if there are people, talking over them, or if it's loud. Sometimes the most important sometimes the most important moments happen outside of school. Um, I mean, yeah, you can make friends. You just have to be involved. Or like not everyone is involved in school, but I mean, what I mean is, like, there are multiple different ways to meet people. Like, you can get involved in clubs, or go to go to games, like go to rallies. If you wanted to, you don't have to. It's just, you know, like, you don't have to go to dances, you don't have to go to rallies, or oh my gosh, you don't have to go to rallies or dances or join clubs even. I mean, it's there if you want to. It's there if you want to join clubs or something like that. But like, being in clubs isn't for everybody. I know I wasn't a club person in high school. I wasn't much of a club person when I was in school. But I mean, I did make friends. I did make some really good friends. Like, either in my classes or outside of class, or you know or at lunch. So sorry, my alarm went off. It's like 2 p.m. right now, so an alarm went off. Um, Sometimes the most important moments happen outside of school. Um, a day in the life of a Fusion Global student. So this kind of tells you um basically what a student's day may look like. Live one-on-one instruction, one-to-one and one-on-one mean the same thing. Each day, Fusion Global students have 2 to 4 hours of live one-on-one instruction with their teachers on an easy-to-use video conferencing platform called Zoom. So, okay, I get it. A lot of people are new to the whole Zoom thing, um but there are some schools that have been using Zoom for a long time. Um so personally, I don't use Zoom. I'm more of a Skype person. I've been using Skype for a while now. It's kind of the same thing, but it's more tailored to, I don't know, like teachers and students, I guess. So I don't know. I mean, ever since lockdown, that's kind of what it's been used for classes if schools use them. Not every school does though. I know when I was in school, the school that I went to, we didn't use Zoom. It was kind of set up like a traditional online school or online school without video conferences. Um so oh, by the way, not every online school does not every online school uses Zoom. Um so I mean some online schools do, not all of them though. So we read that part. Real-time support. To get support and help at any time, students may connect with their teachers via Microsoft Teams. Guided independent study. Independent study is basically working by yourself. I think the school I went to had independent study. Um, so additionally, our students visit the Global Homework Cafe each day on Zoom for guided independent study, virtual clubs. Lastly, students can join virtual clubs around common interests and connect with fellow students across the country and across the world. Academic support. Okay, so guys, if you guys don't know what college prep is, they're basically classes, or like, okay, pretty much every school has college prep courses. I know I was in college prep courses when I was in school. I was in college prep courses and I took a college class when I was in high school. Um, I took a college class my senior year. So, yeah. But I was in college prep courses. Um, like all throughout high school. There's also like AP courses as well. But AP isn't for everyone. If you're wondering, AP is basically, I think they're practically college courses, or you get college credit if you're in AP courses. So academic support, from our collaborative homework cafe to an extensive library of academic resources, we deliver exclusive tools to help our students succeed at every turn. So what they offer for academic support: homework cafe, college prep courses, a tech lab, fusion forums, tutoring, and summer programs. And then they have a section here called Beyond the Classroom. As a part of the Fusion Global family, our students have access to a vast amount of social and academic resources for a supportive and vibrant life outside of school, bringing students together through field trips, student clubs, and meetups. We bring students together every day because we believe in education isn't complete without building relationships in the real world. Ooh, they have a writers club? Oh my gosh, they have so many clubs. Oh my gosh, guys, I literally would have loved a writers club. You have no idea. You have no idea. I was that kid that I was that kid who was always writing, like always. Once my junior year came around, okay, if you're wondering, I've been writing since junior high, but I took it seriously when I was in high school. Like, I took it really seriously in high school, around my junior year. So I honestly want to click and view all clubs, because I want to see what clubs they offer. Um, if you can't see this, if you can't see any of this, I'll just read it off. Oh, you can see it. Okay. Um, but yeah, I'll read this off to y'all. So our clubs. So this is a list of all the clubs that they have. Clubs and groups are formed around topics our students are interested in. Some are student led, while others are headed by teachers or staff. If a student has an interest beyond the clubs that are available, we encourage them to start their own. Um, that's a really good thing. I mean, I don't know how like traditional schools do it. Um, I don't know how traditional schools would do it. I don't know. I wasn't a club person. I wasn't necessarily a club person. I should have been. I should have been involved in clubs. That's the one regret I have about high school, was not being involved in clubs. But like none of the clubs in high school really interested me, because I was like so devoted to um what I was doing and like what I chose to do in high school, because I decided to work from a young age, so I didn't really have time for clubs. Um, kind of wish I was a club person, because I probably would have made so many more friends. That's the one thing I regret now looking back on it. So, let's read what clubs they have. They have a creativity club, a philosophers club. Ooh, that's cool. Um, a foreign language and foreign films club. That's really cool. Even though I'm not the best at foreign language, so um I mean I like learning French, but I didn't learn French in high school and I'm not the best at foreign language. So, a documentaries club, the writers club. Oh my gosh, I would have fit right in. I would have fit right in with like a writers club. I kind of wish the school that I went to had that. I don't know if they did. I don't know if they had like a like a journaling club or something. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say I was involved with clubs. Um, but basically in school I was a part of this community service academy program and okay, it was probably the best thing I'd ever done. Um I mean, it was hard sometimes because I mean, like basically when you're doing something like community service academy, you have a lot of perks. Okay, let me turn this off real quick and kind of talk for a little bit. So, I guess you could say I was involved. I guess you could say I was involved in school um a little bit. Well, I was because I was in a academy program when I was in school and it was really fun and really interesting. I got to learn a lot. I got to learn so much. Um I mean, I kind of do regret that I wasn't in clubs, but I see why not being in clubs for me was a good thing because I technically was in a community service academy program and I did a lot of community service when I was in high school. Like we had I remember I went to a lot of different places. I went to museums. I went like I went to art museums. I went to I went to aquariums. I I got to learn about things that were very, very interesting to me, but also like educational. Um, so yeah, I mean, I guess you could say I was involved, but when it came to like actual clubs, I wasn't really involved in clubs when I was in school, but I mean, I don't know. I just wasn't a typical club person. Like you had to like I had to do things that were interesting to me and I guess what I was doing in school was very interesting and it also helped people out. So, yeah, that's two perks of what I chose to do with my high school career. I mean, it was a fun experience. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it because I did. It was just hard sometimes because basically if you're like in academy programs, um you have to okay. So basically we had a lot of like if you're in academy programs, you have a lot of field trips. Um you have a lot of field trips. It's a lot more like they expect more out of you because you're modeling for the other students um, and trying to set a good example, so they expect a lot from you. Um, but yeah, it was a good experience. And probably the craziest thing was okay. mean, it was reasonable, but basically, to go on field trips, you had to have good grades. You had to have like passing grades. Um, or basically the rule was you couldn't. Basically, the rule was you couldn't have a failing grade, and by failing grade I mean like F. You couldn't have an F. Um, the rule before was, well, I don't know if they have like academy programs at every school, but I know when I was in school, basically the rule for field trips was you had to have a passing grade and you couldn't have like failing grades. So passing grades are basically A's through averages. D was barely passing. Um, I mean, if you had a D, you were still passing, but barely. So yeah. Um, so yeah, it was fun. I had a really good experience. But when it came to like typical clubs, I wasn't much of a typical club person, but I was involved. Um, I couldn't really be in other clubs because of the fact that I was already committed to what I was doing. So yeah, let's continue on with reading about let's continue on with reading about like the clubs. So hold on. Let me turn this back on so you can see. Let's see. So it says they have a creativity club, a philosophers club, a foreign language and foreign films club. I wasn't the best in foreign language. Um or I'm not the best in foreign language and I wasn't really the best in foreign language. Um they have a documentaries club. That's really cool. I like documentaries. Um they have a they have the writers club. They have a drama club, a record club. Ooh, a record club. They have a Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, they have a Dungeons and Dragons club, or does it stand for something else? Um, if you guys don't know, If you guys don't know what D&D means, it means Dungeons and Dragons. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about the noise in the background, how loud it is. But let's continue on with reading. Wow, they have a lot of clubs. I never realized. They have a lot of clubs. So, let's see. They have a drama club, a record club, a book club, a student government club. Um, Honestly, government was my favorite class when I was in high school. I also loved history as well. But history and government were probably two of my favorite classes. And I took an archiving class. And okay, I took an archiving class and a ADV class. Not ADV. Advanced career development class. I don't know what to call it. ACDV class, an advanced career development class. When I was in high school. So, um, yeah, they have drama club, record club, a book club, a student government club. I loved government when I was in high school. A photography club. I actually wanted to be in photography. I wanted to be in photography when I was in high school, but I wasn't. Um, a Dungeons and Dragons club. I think that's what it stands for. Video game club. I would have fit right in with writers club, book club, and video game club because I love all three of those things. A culinary club. Don't know what culinary means. It's basically cooking. Um, an animal club. I love animals. Uh, I love animals, so that's really cool. A yoga club, a board game club. I'm not all that into board games. I mean, I do like some games, but I'm not that into board games. I have played some though, but not recently. A yeah, board game club, a running club, and a music club. I would have fit in with writers club, um, book club, video game club, and a music club. So, those were pretty much all of the clubs that they offer. Um, and then let's continue reading. I think that's pretty much it. Um, so preparing students for academic excellence. One-on-one teacher or one-to-one slash one-on-one is the same thing. Um, one-to-one teacher engagement, virtual communities, and in-person events provide students with skills they need to feel confident in achieving their dreams, including 200 plus including 200 plus unique college acceptances, a sampling of which are below. So these are just some of the colleges like Arizona State, Berkeley, Brown, um, Vanderbilt, UVA, Yale is a prestigious um, Yale is a prestigious school. Um, UCLA. It's pretty hard to get into UCLA as well. I remember I wanted to go to UCLA for college. I didn't apply. I didn't apply there, I don't think. Um, I wanted to go there, but I didn't apply. So, Yale, SCAD, Stanford, Ohio State, NYU, NC State, Cornell, Dartmouth, Duke, Embry-Riddle. Some of these schools I haven't heard of. Um, and some I have, so I'm pretty sure they have more, but who knows? And not everyone wants to go to college. I know I didn't want to go to college, but I just chose to wait until I felt ready to go to college. But not everyone wants to go to college right away. So that's fine too. And I guess we can watch some of the videos that I found because I went and researched there to, to see if they had a YouTube channel. So, technically we already watched this video on the site. So let's watch the proven online learning video or something like that. I don't know. Or let's see. Or like a parent testimonial. I don't know.
Hi, my name is Sarah Dupuy, and our son Josh is a 7th grader at Fusion Academy. I cannot.
If you're wondering, as said on the website or in the video on the website, that we just visited, the Fusion Academy is for middle school, is a school for middle school and high school age students. So it starts at 6th grade and goes until 12th grade. So let's see what this testimonial has to say.
Think of a better experience or place for Josh. I came at a time and a point where he could have sank or swam, and Fusion really offered him the ability to swim and swim far. He has just really blossomed at Fusion. That one-on-one attention has just been so instrumental for him. I think he was in a public school, and a bit of a precocious student, but not really getting that that challenge or that push. And at Fusion, just everybody knows his name, and in the Global Academy, and I think his teachers just know him so well. I think with Josh, he was a student that, again, excelled intellectually, but needed that challenge, but also really needed the accountability and sort of that one-on-one motivation and skill to help him facilitate really knowing the skills and time management ability. And Fusion has really worked with us to get to know Josh so well and to get to know what he might need in order to really advance. And he has taken it, and I think it will give him the skills well into the future that he's going to need to be something incredible in the world. And Fusion has been such a part of that journey, and just the personal touch, right? So all his teachers know what's going on with him. They engage him. He had a bar mitzvah, and the Fusion family, we call it our Fusion family, attended. And he is just so thrilled by the experience. He tells me almost every day how much he loves Fusion. So thank you, Fusion family. The Dupuy family is so thrilled to be a part of that experience. So thrilled, in fact, that when our daughter goes into 6th grade, we're thinking about enrolling her as well. So thank you.
So that was a parent testimonial. And I wonder, should should we watch another one? Or is this episode already long enough? It's already like an hour long. But I want to watch another video, and I think that'll be pretty much it for this podcast episode. So, oops, didn't mean to do that. Oops, was it even on? Oh my gosh. Oops, I think I. Oh my gosh, I don't even think it was recording. I don't even think it showed the video, but let's watch it again, shall we? Because I don't think it was showing the video. And I just won't talk while it plays. So.
Hi, my name is Sarah Dupuis, and our son Josh is a 7th grader at Fusion Academy. I cannot think of a better experience or place for Josh. I came at a time and a point where he could have sank or swam, and Fusion really offered him the ability to swim and swim far. He has just really blossomed at Fusion. That one-on-one attention has just been so instrumental for him. I think he was in a public school, and a bit of a precocious student, but not really getting that individual, that challenge or that push. And at Fusion, just everybody knows his name, and in the Global Academy, and I think his teachers just know him so well. I think with Josh, he was a student that, again, excelled intellectually, but needed that challenge, but also really needed the accountability and sort of that one-on-one motivation and skill to help him facilitate really like knowing the skills and time management ability. And Fusion has really worked with us to get to know Josh so well and to get to know what he might need in order to really advance. And he has taken it, and I think it will give him the skills well into the future that he's going to need to do something incredible in the world. And Fusion has been such a part of that journey, and just the personal touch, right? So all his teachers know what's going on with him. They engage him. He had a bar mitzvah, and the Fusion family, we call it our Fusion family, attended. And he is just so thrilled by the experience. He tells me almost every day how much he loves Fusion. So thank you, Fusion family. The Dupuis family is so thrilled to be a part of that experience. So thrilled, in fact, that when our daughter goes into 6th grade, we're thinking about enrolling her as well. So thank you.
So now I could finally talk since it played and you guys could see it. So let's watch another video. Let's watch another video on it, I guess. Oh, is this working correctly? Like, oh, I was confused. Okay. So, let's click videos. I guess we can do I don't know. I guess we could watch how Fusion Global Academy works.
Hi, I'm Samantha Ballard, Director of Enrollment at Fusion Global Academy. There are so many schools offering virtual options now, but not all online education is the same. Fusion Global Academy is
That is very true. That is true.
an accredited middle school and high school where classes are live.
Yeah, it's middle school and high school, so it caters to both middle school students and high school students.
And one-to-one, one teacher and one student for the duration of each class period. And each subject is taught by a specific teacher who is a subject matter expert. One-to-one teaching is a relationships-based model that keeps students engaged and allows teachers to personalize instruction for each individual student around their strengths.
Yeah, because sometimes staying focused for people is really hard, and like some people lose the motivation in class or get bored, and I just feel like one-on-one teaching is a good thing. Not everyone does it, but to the people that do, it could really help. It could really help a student, especially if they get unmotivated or frustrated. You know.
Goals and learning preferences. Best of all, we have flexible scheduling for our classes. But what does one-to-one virtual instruction look like? Join us in a classroom to see.
What does that tell me about EF and FD?
Oh, they're congruent.
Yes.
I like triangles.
Yeah, they're fun.
Do you remember what polymerase does? It's an enzyme. So what does that tell you?
It's going to speed up the reaction.
Yes, and the reaction that it's speeding up is DNA being copied.
Yeah,
right?
That's it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So remember, DNA polymerase was like that larger, globby looking thing on our models.
Oh, yeah.
Outside the classroom, students interact in our global homework cafe, where they can work on their
So this is basically what the homework cafe looks like that they were talking about on the website.
homework with other students and the help of a teacher. In our global neighborhood, students engage in social opportunities like clubs, global field trips, service learning, and more. Fusion students thrive academically, socially, and emotionally through our personalized approach to education. After Fusion, our students have been accepted to over 200 unique schools and programs around the world, including the Ivy League, top four-year universities and liberal arts schools, top design programs, community colleges, and more. I invite you to learn more about our student success and what makes us so unique at FusionGlobalAcademy.com.
So that was basically how it works, or what it looks like. And oops, hold on. Jeez, my computer is going to die. I've been working all day, so hold on. Temporary break. I got it. Okay. I got it. We're good. Okay. So let's just go ahead and probably, I don't know, end this. So, okay, that was pretty much it for the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to subscribe wherever you. Okay, if you enjoyed the podcast, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to check it out on YouTube, because I upload these to YouTube as well. Like and subscribe on YouTube, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Whether it's Spotify, Apple, or just wherever you listen to your podcasts, and wherever this podcast is available. So, with that said, I'm gonna go. I really hope you enjoyed this podcast episode, and I will try to find more. I will try to find more schools to talk about. If I can't find any more, if I can't find any more schools, which will be highly unlikely, we will probably talk about, I don't know, I guess, like, work or something. I don't know, I guess, like, careers or something, I don't know. But I'll think of something to talk about. I always do. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Ask Phantom YouTube channel. And if you're listening on podcast platforms, subscribe wherever you got your podcast. And I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.